Good evening. This is Sheila from down in Dandridge, Tennessee. I thought I might show you how we go about doing our New Year's Day dinner. We're prepping a little bit of it tonight, of course, because tomorrow's Sunday and we go to church, so I'll have a little bit of it done. I already have, as you can see, my black-eyed peas have been washed. See there? They're washed. Put them back on my parboiler, and I'm putting, let me get my phone right here where you can see it. I'm putting one, this spoon, by the way, is my grandmother's. I put one big spoonful of Crisco, butter Crisco, and about a half of this big spoon, which would be about a tablespoon of salt. And some black pepper. And I'll just guess at the black pepper. I like the coarse ground black pepper. And then we're ready to put these on a medium heat because I don't like runny juice in my black-eyed peas. I like for them to be thick. The soup to be thick and the black-eyed peas to be done. So we've got that took care of. Also, I've already went and prepared, as you can see, a corn casserole. As you know, you got to have corn of some kind to bring in the golden nuggets for the new year. That's just old Irish folklore. And as you can see right here, this is just a recipe that I found and tweaked. And as you can see, it's corn casserole, or what some people call corn pudding. And I wrap it up. And then I'll put that after church tomorrow. I'll put that in the oven on about 350 for about 30-45 minutes till it's golden brown on top. So I'm going to put that back in the refrigerator. You'll follow me over here. Stick that in the refrigerator. And then what I'm preparing now is cabbage casserole. You can see the cabbage right here. See this big bowl of cabbage? And I'm using Brenda Gant's recipe for cabbage casserole. So she says to chop your cabbage coarsely, but of course we want it a little bit finer than big hunks of cabbage. Now when I fry my cabbage, I do big hunks, you know, just a coarse chopping. So on this one, I believe Miss Gant said, by the way, this right here is probably my husband's great-grandmother's chopper. You can't find them. I can't find them anywhere. But I've kept it, and I'm going to pass it down to my daughter. So we've got this pretty well chopped. So I'm going to spray my baking dish with some baker's dough, which what I like to use. You could use Pam or whatever you'd like to use. And so we'll have that ready. And then we're going to place this cabbage in our baking dish. Also tomorrow we're going to have cornbread muffins. We're going to have, besides the black-eyed peas and cabbage casserole and corn casserole, we're going to have some deep-fried hog jaw, deep-fried bacon, because a lot of people can't tell the difference when you do that. And we deep fry it till it's good and crispy and golden, crunchy. That's the way I like it. And we're also going to have some, what old timers call poke salad. And the easy way to make poke salad, and this is a secret, that if you can't find poke salad from where you're from, you take canned spinach and you drain it, you put it in a skillet, and you also just drain it and put it in a skillet and fry it till it's about done, and then you can take some eggs and beat them up and put in that right on the side and let that sit there and cook, and then you've got poke salad with eggs. So also, what we're going to put in here is we're going to mix up, well, first of all, let's do this right here. Let's slice this onion, because Brenda Gant's recipe calls for sliced onion over the top of the cabbage. And my family don't like big hunks of onion, so I'm going to try to chop this up as best I can. A lot of people have asked me to make a video, so I thought this might be a good time. I do a lot of sweets. I do a lot of baking of the old-fashioned pies and cakes with the big meringue on them. Or yesterday I had a fresh apple nut cake, which is a really old recipe, and also I had a chocolate pie with meringue. I had sweet potato pie, and there's some easy ways to make these pies on like the sweet potato pie or the pumpkin pie, because you've already got the canned stuff that you need instead of cooking the whole pumpkin, but you can if you have it available. So I'm going to try this and see how this is with over top of my cabbage. You just sprinkle it around the top of your cabbage. Let me turn you around here to see if you can get a little better view. See if you get a little better view of that. And see, I like a lot of onion, but my family, sometimes, I don't know, it depends on how it cooks that, but I'm going to put a little bit more. Alright, let's try this right here. See how this goes. Okay. And now, we're going to make, as Brenda Gant calls it, some goodie. So we take half a stick of melted butter. I've already got that melted, as you can see. And 1 cup of your favorite mayonnaise. This little measuring cup set, my daughter got me this for, I want to say she got it for me for a birthday or something, and I just absolutely love it. I think it came from Hobby Lobby. We're taking 1 can of cream of chicken condensed soup, putting this in with the butter and the mayonnaise. And this casserole is so easy made and so healthy and delicious. It don't have that much. You can use a low-fat butter or like the margarine. It says, it's not margarine, it just says Country Crock has a butter that's 35 calories, low in cholesterol and saturated fat. You can use that. And I'm going to get some black pepper. I'm not going to put any salt because that can of cream of chicken says it's probably got enough salt in it. So I like black pepper, so we're going to sprinkle black pepper. I might put just a dab of salt. Just a dab. I don't know if you've ever heard that word before, a dab. But we use that a lot here in southern Tennessee. I live in Dandridge, but I'm originally from Cotton County, Tennessee. That's just about 30 minutes from Sevierville, Tennessee, back, where Dolly Parton made famous. So this is what we look like right now. So we're going to stir this up really, really good. I hope y'all had a good Christmas. We did. We have been blessed. One of these days I may just put another video on here where I make my chocolate pies. I make them from scratch. I make lemon meringue pies, coconut cream pies, which is one of my husband's favorites. I do a lot of fudge and stuff around Christmas, and the peanut butter balls, just about what everybody else does, about the same thing. So now you start spooning this out. And you want to get some all over your casserole. Smooth that around there. I'm going to do some more butter in a minute, because I like mine. I don't like my cabbage casserole dry. It's sort of like Brenda Grant. I want a little bit of taste. Everybody get a little bit of taste of that. Of course, she is one good cook, let me tell you. I've watched a lot of her videos, and she's helped me a lot with some of the things that I had no idea how to cook. But when I first got married, I couldn't hardly cook nothing. I couldn't hardly boil water. But from mistake after mistake, you learn. And when I was making homemade biscuits, I was just trying so hard. And my mama said one day, she said, "Sheila, you're just taking too much pains with that." She said, "Throw that all together and throw that in the pan, and it'll come out just fine." So, you know what? I took Mama's advice, and now my homemade biscuits, they're beautiful. My husband calls them cat heads, because I don't cut them out. I just pat them out in my hand and put them in a pan. So we've got that part now, and then the next part, I'm gonna melt another half a stick of butter, because like I said, I like a lot of butter in mine. I'm going to use this little bowl right here that we had our cream of chicken in. It won't hurt it. Let me cut my black eyed peas down. I don't want them to cook too fast. And we're going to take some Ritz crackers. See if I have some here. Let me move these, because I think you're laying on the... Yeah. Let me put you right here. And it says to use a big sleeve, but I have these, I think they're in the little ones, yeah. So I'm going to use 2 or 3 of these, because I like a lot. It don't get healthy from here on out because of these Ritz crackers and your butter. Of course, I didn't use low-fat butter either, you know. So I just use regular margarine. I like real butter when you're cooking or you're baking. So you just crush them like Brenda Grant says. Let me get my butter out. And I'm going to set that right there for a minute. And I just crush them. This is the way she does it, and this is the way I do it. I find the same thing, that it's easier to do them like this than it is to try to just go ahead and just take them out and crush them. We're going to also have some fried cabbage. You know, old folklore says black-eyed peas are for the good luck. The pork is for your health. That you could have a tenderloin, or you can have bacon or ham. And anything green, poke salad, cabbage, lettuce, or turnip greens, or collard greens, or anything green, spinach. Like we're gonna have fried spinach with eggs, and we call that poke salad. That's my version of it, because I don't have fresh place to pick poke, which I have many times. And my mother always told me that once you pick that, you boil it and keep rinsing it until the water is not green anymore. You rinse it till the water, that you keep cooking it over and over, and you keep rinsing it till the water's clear. And then that's when you know that it's okay to eat it, because it can be poison to you if you don't know how to cook it. So, well, that's a big gob of cookies. Anyway, I think the hog jaw is for health, black-eyed peas is for luck, any kind of greenery is for the money that you'll make. And the corn casserole, I didn't even realize this till I read it on Facebook. Corn nuggets or some kind of corn means you'll have gold nuggets. And you know, probably that's just old folklore. It's not anything to it. I'm going to put one more of these on here. If y'all like my video, you can give me a thumbs up, or If you don't like it, you can just pass it right on up. Don't bother me either way. I just enjoy cooking and baking, and a lot of my friends that I've met along the way and my family enjoy my baking and cooking, and especially around the holidays when I bake. And I make a skillet. I've made several skillet upside down pineapple cakes this year, and it seems to me like they're a good seller if you want to sell them. They're not like a regular pineapple upside down cake. They're made in a cast iron skillet, and then whenever you do it, you do your pineapple in your skillet where you put your butter, and then you put your brown sugar in the bottom. And let me wash my hands. Put your brown sugar in the bottom. Hold on just one second. So you put your brown sugar in the bottom of that cast iron skillet with butter. I put pats of butter. And then you put your pineapple. And I don't put my cherries until after it's baked because they just look terrible. So anyway, I put my pineapple, my butter, my brown sugar, my pineapple, and then I make up my pineapple upside down cake mix, and I use my pineapple juice instead of water, and then I make it up and I pour that over there, and then I bake that for about 325 for about 45 minutes. And it comes out golden brown on top, and you let it set in your skillet, your oven, just for a little while until you think it's about, maybe you would put it for about 10 or 15 minutes. You don't want to leave it too long because once your butter and your brown sugar gets cold, then it might want to stick to the skillet, and you'd have to put it back in and heat it back up. So anyway, we're about to come to the end of this cabbage casserole, and my family loves cabbage casserole. The onion peel in there. So now we're going to take this butter and we're going to try to drizzle over these crackers, these Ritz crackers. You know, there's so many casseroles that are filling and really cheaply made. You know, they're just not really expensive, and you can feed a whole lot of people with these casseroles. I just love them. I have a recipe for homemade turkey dressing and chicken dressing too y'all might enjoy. Maybe put that on there one day. I just thought this would be a good opportunity to let you all see how Southern people, what they do. And as you can see, this is what it looks like before it's baked. I'm going to put that also in the refrigerator till tomorrow. And I'm going to put some pressing seal on it. I don't put a lot of aluminum foil over things that go in the refrigerator overnight. I'm just thinking it could absorb the aluminum. So I use a lot of pressing seal or wax paper, whatever you've got, or parchment paper. Just lay it over it. And then you can put your aluminum foil over it if you'd like. But that protects it and keeps it fresh. Now I'm going to use this little thing that comes with mine. And I love this set. It had 3 pieces. I think I broke one of my other big sets, but I love them. But this is ready to go in the refrigerator now. And in the morning after I get back from church, I'm going to take this out, take the top off and the pressing seal, and put that in the oven with that corn casserole. And I'm going to bake that for about 350 for 45 minutes to an hour. And it will be ready, and my corn casserole will be ready. Also, we'll be having cornbread muffins. I may tune back in and add to this video to show you how I do cornbread muffins, which is so easy. Anybody, a child, could make this cornbread. So it's been very nice talking with you. And again, my name is Sheila Ellison. A lot of people call me Mammy or Mams. That's what I'm known for, because my grandson, I tried to get him to call me Mama, but he decided to call me Mammy and Mams. So children that were growing up with him, and then I did work in the school system some, and they still yet call me, and he's 28, they still yet call me Mams or Mammy, which that's fine. I don't care what they call me as long as they call me. Again, I want to say good night, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I may do some more tomorrow. And if you'd like to, if you have something you'd like to see how I make, or if there's something that you'd like to see, just text me, And I'll be glad to get on here and show it to you. So you all have a good night. May God bless. Always be thankful for what we have. You know, we're so blessed to have our family and our children and our grandchildren, and we're blessed to have a home with shoes on our feet and food on our table. And mostly we're blessed to have the Lord Jesus Christ, who loved us so much that he gave his life for our sins, that we may have eternal life in glory with him. So again, good night. May God bless you. Thank you.